All right, I'm with Derrin Little, head coach of the Chatham Central football team. Preview on the season, once again, first time with bench press this offseason. But, Coach, there's a lot of exciting things for you this offseason.
Yeah, man.
But you got some new players, new things going on. So just start with there. I mean, what are you most looking forward to coming into 2026?
Right now, I'm most looking forward to seeing this group click. So our seniors are the freshmen that were here when I first got here. Leading that group, you got guys like Wilson Henshaw, who's number 2 in sacks in 1A last year. You got Savion Burnett, Bryson Austin, all of Hante Ramirez. That whole group has been here literally from day one, and you've seen their progression, so I'm excited to see them as seniors. But we got a really, really heavy class of juniors that I'm really excited to see play this year. We had the quarterback, Brooks Albright's coming back. He's fully healthy now. Gavin Williams is fully healthy and still doing what Gavin does. And then we've added on 2 new pieces as well to that junior group, and Matthew and Nolan, and those guys have came over and made plays instantly right away. They help us out so much defensively, and the offense is clicking a lot faster. So I'm just excited to see that group kind of, gel together and really go and play ball.
Yeah, and more on Nolan and Matt. For those that don't know, and then followed Jordan Matthews last year. I mean, Nolan lit it up for their offense. Yeah. Matt was a key part of their secondary as well. Starting with Nolan, I mean, what does he add to the offense you guys are trying to run, right? Of course, air raid. Now you have a guy that's speedy, can get down the field. Just what does he add for your offense?
He brings the explosion. We got our guys, I tell everybody, we're a bunch of possession catchers. We really kind of lack some of that true speed to really run by people, especially losing Nick from last year. That was kind of the one that we used to take the top off. Whereas now, you're bringing in a guy who he can catch a bubble and take it 60. He can catch a 3-yard slant and take it 60. Or we can just straight up run the go route. You saw that a couple of times today where we just put him solo by himself, gave him a solo route, find a way to get him the ball. And then the same thing with Matt. Honestly, I don't think that they used him as much offensively as we're going to use him. But, he gives us that bigger target that we haven't had since we lost Luke a couple years ago. So now we've got a little bit more comfortability and chemistry between the quarterback and those 2 guys. And it's just making us very, very explosive right now is what we want to be.
Got you. Yeah, and we talked earlier, right, today that you say this is probably the best you felt in your offseason since being at Chatham Central. And like you said, your underclassmen, they've known the expectations for you, your coaching staff. Yeah. They've gotten that varsity experience these past 3 years. And with all of that, I mean, is there kind of like this expectation with you and the players that, hey, this is the year we kind of turn some of those close losses we had last year into some wins and really start stacking some W's in the record?
So that's the plan, man. And that's what we focused on this offseason was really, just learning how to win in general. I think our guys, when you lose 4 games that are under 1 score, and we had 2 of them that were 1-point losses, I think we're so close, and I think they realize how close that they are, and it's really been them that's taken on the leadership and the ownership to say, hey, it's time for us to go and win. And I tell anybody, when you're building a program, I think it takes you, 2 to 3 years to really get stuff moving in the right direction. I honestly thought that last year was going to be the year that we kind of jumped over the hump a little bit and won a little bit more. Had 2 very crucial injuries, losing Nick and Brooks within the same game. Nick was able to come back and finish out the year, but just wasn't fully healthy, whereas we lost Brooks for the whole season. And to still be in those games without those key pieces just goes to show that getting a key piece like Brooks back, getting a Matt and a Nolan, having a senior group that have been playing and now understand what the culture is, I truly think that we're right around that corner, man.
Yeah, and also want to ask about Brooks. I know it's kind of something I've been asking every year, right, about his growth in each offseason. Now he's coming in pretty much 3rd year as a starter. So how was that shown, like that experience in this offseason, how he's been able to kind of help build this offense for the season?
Man, it's a beauty to really watch. I tell anybody, at the high school level, honestly, at any level, if you're going to have an offense where you're going to try to pass the ball, that dude that's throwing it, he better be pretty good. And we've seen the maturation process of Brooks. Every once in a while, he still goes and he tries to be willy-nilly. I'm going to gun this one. But for the most part, we see him making the correct decisions now. It's no more of a, I thought he had. Like, now he's correcting everybody else. Like, no, you got this, you got that. And I tell him all the time he's smarter than me because sometimes I'll say something and he's like, nah, coach, last week you told me I needed to read it X, Y, Z. It's like, hey, all right, good. So it's just a blessing to be able to see that and know that we're leaning on him as the trigger man, but as well as now we've got some competition behind him, having Carson, who had to finish out the year last year, knowing that he's still going to be one of those slot and running back guys. But we also know that when Brooks is having an off moment, Carson can come right in and we don't lose anything at all from an experience standpoint or from an arm strength standpoint. So I think the two of them are really kind of playing well with each other right now, and Brooks is using that kind of as his fire. As you know, at any point, my season could be over with. So I got to play every single one of them like it's my last play. And it's been a really good thing to see him play that way.
Yeah, and also want to ask about the defensive side. I mean, they made a lot of plays tonight, and I think this was probably, and seeing y'all offseason the last 3 years, probably the best or most, I guess, connected the defense has been, and also as far as assignment, knowing where to go. This is probably the best I've seen it. So what are you expecting from that side of the ball, and how are they going to make that jump to help the team?
I told my coordinators, Dewanye and Tap, I told them both, I said, hey, man, y'all got to go win me at least 2. But for the most part, man, it's really good seeing those guys fly around. It's just the continuity of being in the same system for the 3rd year. So there hasn't been any changes defensively. And I think now they own the defense. They know what they have to do. They're able to tell the new guys, like, nah, you have this. Like, our coaches aren't really having to do as much coaching as we did before. And I think any coach would tell you that those are normally the good teams, are the ones where it's player-led. So those guys are flying around on defense, man. They're playing really well. Matt and Nolan were the 2 perfect pieces that, came in to the point where now Brooks doesn't have to play as much defense unless we want him to go out there and play. And then Matthew is able to fill the role of Nick at free safety.